Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Wake up, Link.
Well guys, it's JC4R and we're here with Breath of the Wild. Now I want to test something real quick. Okay, basically all I wanted to see was everyone was saying the way to cheat and make secondary files on this game is to create a brand new user on your Wii system. So mine was doing that, and it was like saying like link up your account if you want to be able to use extra stuff. So I was thinking it meant I didn't have the DLC. I checked, I have the DLC.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
Now, a lot of people use the sentence, "This is going to be drastically different from any LP I've done." The difference is when I say this, I mean it, and it's not going to be clear immediately, but it will be real soon. Right now I'm just letting the prologue go on, but yeah, this is going to be... That's not what I wanted. It's going to be, like, this little section here. This part will be regular stuff, but after we leave this area, it's going to be a totally different ball game. Now, putting on that stuff, that's just going to give us armor, a tiny bit of armor. We don't really have anything of importance now, but at least we're dressed, which is what I care about. There's nothing to explore in here.
Hold the Sheikah slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way. Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
So, as you can see, firstly, it's got a dedicated run feature. It also has the ability for Link to climb onto anything in the world that fucking exists, and there's a little stamina bar there too. So, since this game is as immense as it is, let me go ahead and grab shit. It gives you a little thing each time you pick up a thing. So yeah, we got a stick now. Stick doesn't really do us too much good. But since this game is so immense, the way I'm going to make this different from anything else I've done is the fact that majority of this LP is probably going to be fast-forwarded and post-commentated. This section will not be. The only things that will be done with live commentary will be things that I will call points of interest. You will see examples of those coming up within this area. But other words, we're going to be like trying to make this LP as short as possible because this game is just fucking gargantuan and I don't want it to take 10 million fucking parts or hour-long videos or anything like this. I'll go ahead and make them like, I don't know, we'll shoot for like 20 to 30 minute parts, maybe just to be a little bit more generous, but I'm going to try and get as much content in one video as we possibly can. I'm going to call it 100%, but I know that definition isn't quite there because actual 100% is pretty bullshit. So, yeah, right now we're just roaming about picking up shit. And this is kind of one of those things where it's like, I know it's going to take me a long time to do because this is like a 40-hour game. But I want to do it because since a lot of it will be fast-forwarded and post-commentated, that means I can do that at my own leisure. And I don't have to put, like, the same amount of pressure on myself that I do with other things. Like, I can just... It'll be different for me, too, in the way that I have to execute it. I don't know what doing that did, but I'm having fun that I did it. It was stupid. Like, I can just record without having to focus so heavily on live commentary if I'm not in the best mood, if that makes sense. It's mine now. I beg your pardon? I do believe that is my baked apple. You can't just go about taking whatever you please. Ah, forgive me. Couldn't resist pulling your leg. Please help yourself. An apple on an open flame make for a succulent treat. It is a bit strange to see another soul around these parts. Me? I'll spare you my life story. I'm just an old fool who's lived here alone for quite some time now. What brings a bright-eyed young man like you to a place like this? Answering a question with a question. Fair enough. As I cannot imagine our meeting to be a simple coincidence, I shall tell you. This is the Great Plateau. According to legend, this is the birthplace of the entire kingdom of Hyrule.
Oh.
That temple there. Long ago it was the site of many sacred ceremonies. Ever since the decline of the kingdom 100 years ago, it has sat abandoned on a state of decay. Yet another forgotten entity, a mere ghost of its former self. You got anything else to say? Relaxing by the fireside, of course, although I'll need to cook myself another baked apple at some point. Simple foods such as apples are fine to eat raw, but roasting them on fire makes them tastier and more nutritious. Have some time to time. Yeah. So this game loads you with bunches and bunches of bullshit. So here's an example. You can hold this, drop it, it'll light on fire, and it'll cook. Like that. And by doing that, you get more out of it. So you can eat things raw, but it's more beneficial to cook everything. Now this... Oh, excuse me. Open area is kind of where the game... Actually, wait, where's your thing? Because you have a torch, don't you? Yeah, let me take that. I want the torch. Well, then just help yourself to that torch there. And how, may I ask, are you planning to use it? I see. Well then, do as you please. There are plenty of monsters ahead, though. Remember that you can use that as a weapon if need be. However, do not just wait around without purpose. You must face your opponents and lock your sights on them. Yes, I know how to play the game. So, I'm going to try and go through this sort of quickly, but like the amount of knowledge you get from just one playthrough of this game makes the second playthrough more interesting. And then there's the idea that like, how do I put this? Whenever I watch someone play it, it makes me want to play it. I'm busy.
Head for the point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
Bitch, I'm cutting down trees. I don't got time for this shit. Now, oh, excuse me, caught that again. There's a lot of things in here, and like I'm not about to explain every single item. I might, maybe in post-commentary. It's not a bad idea. But a lot of the stuff in here is basically a lot of the same. I go by the mentality of keep everything you find because you're going to find a lot of things. So, for example, just things like food, you're going to want plenty of it. There's going to be, here, let's go. Nope, nothing. Actually, you know what? I think I can go ahead and get it. Ah, right there. Do I jump in there or do I throw a rock? I think it wants me to jump. But we're going to throw a rock first. Didn't work. Oh, you're not Hetsu, but you can see me? I didn't know your kind could see the children of the forest. Well, if you're into Hetsu, please return this to him. Oh, my friends are hiding in lots of different places too. Don't be shy about poking your nose into suspicious puzzles. That's what I mean. I'm not doing that because there's 900 of the bastards and I just really don't care. Because once you get 450 of them, you've got all the upgrades you can possibly get. What it does is by collecting the stuff you get to, here you go, expand things like inventory space. So you see how we're already full up on weapons. By giving a certain character those Korok seeds, you can expand your inventory. You don't need that much. No, we want to keep the axe, keep the axe, keep the axe. We want to throw that. Thank you. I'm not even going to go for 450. I'm just going to collect whatever I feel like collecting, and that's it. I don't care otherwise. To me, that doesn't define completion, because it's like, cool, you unlocked a feature that you're not going to use, and that's it. So for that reason, I just don't care about it. When I say 100% completion, I mean, there's certain side quests in this game that basically warrant you no real reward as well, which furthers it. And then there's upgrading certain items, which has no reward as well. That's also stuff I'm not going to do. Think to yourself, is this important? If the answer is yes, that means I'm doing it. Unless you consider Korok seeds important, then you're shit out of luck. Now, here's an example. I'm gonna beat him with a stick. So everything in this game has durability. I'm still gonna beat him with another stick though. So as a result, everything's super disposable. Killing monsters makes them drop monster parts. Every single monster part is important, so just beat up people, take their stuff, repeat. That's a lot of the gist of it. Pots. Most pots are empty. Actually, that one wasn't empty. It had an arrow in it. Had an amber. Amber is also super important. A lot of stuff's not going to be important until later, but I mean, the idea of having important things is good. Hold on a second. Okay. Cat wanted out. So here's an example. Like right now, we've already got the bow. This game doesn't function the way other Zeldas do, where you get like a dungeon and then an item and then you keep it and that kind of stuff. Like I feel like this, I mean, I don't know, I haven't played Skyrim, but I feel like this is one of those things where everyone was like, oh, let's mix Skyrim and Zelda together, it'd be great, and then they get it, and then a lot of people complain, but yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I like this game. Admittedly, it's not perfect, but I still like the game, and that's all I really care about. I feel like there was some frame drops there. So, a lot of the world's kind of empty, unless you count Korok seeds, or just finding random bullshit. So, there's that, which is why a lot of it's going to be fast-forwarded. Now, let me see if I can find a good example of a point of interest that's along our way. There's one. That's a perfect example. Does this lead... Now, when I say a point of interest, I mean something like this. Now, I'm not going to go out of my way and do every single one ever, but you see how over there there's a little skull. That's an enemy base, so we can go ahead, go over to the enemy base, beat them up, and take their stuff. That would be a point of interest. I'm beating your ass with a stick. Don't feel bad about using items either. Like, really don't. I got better. Am I not wearing trousers? Alright, well, these are better trousers. Yeah, and after that, you can go ahead and sell a lot of your clothes too. Like, you'll get better stuff. You don't need everything. Anything you ever learned, you're pretty much learning it all right here. So never be shy to return back to this area, because I remember there being some points of just grinding where I just came back here because it was necessary. Now, there's 1,001 ways to do... Thank you. 1,001 ways to do things. Is there a way to zoom in and out, or... I don't think so. So, for example, you can do things stealth, you can run in guns blazing or whatever. I kind of just like to fight. So, you can get things like sneak kills and stuff like that, but I just don't give a damn. A lot of my strategy is, let's knock them the fuck out. So, for starters, he's gonna blow his horn, but guess who can't climb ladders? So I just knocked him out. Now if you can go ahead and get them stunned, you can knock the items out of their hands and take their stuff. Yes, I know how to play the game. Not really stuff you guys need to worry about. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use it. So even things like this where it's like, because I found myself super guilty of hanging on to items because I was concerned that I was going to need it for later. Trust me when I say you'll... Ow, that hurt like hell. Ooh, hold on a second. This is where new mechanics come in. Here's how you heal. That'll be good enough. I'm out of items. I thought I had a thing ready. That was my own fault. The beginning sucks, just like a lot of games, because you're super weak. But thankfully the game is super generous in its saving and will basically put you anywhere you want. So if you want to take a second try at something, you can go ahead and do it. I don't know. I got 5 arrows. I got 1 arrow. So it kind of don't even really matter. I mean, I'll take the shot, I guess. I don't think it's going to be good enough, but... no, not even a little bit. We're going to try it again. Same strat, just got to be a little bit more tentative on, like, health and items. But, like, don't ever be shy about certain weapons because you think you're going to need it for a certain instance. Like, you'll generally be fine. They give you more stuff than you need. Where? Stick. Take that from them. Yep, we went over this. Move. That was good. Let me go ahead and take that from him real quick. We'll go after the stronger guy first. Take a second, take a second. I'm trying to, like, he won't drop his weapon. Oh, now he will. Come on. Yep, I understand how to play the game. Thank you. Now we got that. We'll go ahead and use their own stuff against them. The idea is if you can go ahead and beat them down, they're helpless a lot of it. And a lot of the times they only feel like they're really strong just because of the items that they have. So once you knock the items right out of their hands, like, he's nothing. I don't know where you're going. So now we got ourselves like a weapon that's twice as strong as what we just used, and we got a shield out of it, and we got bow, we got other things. But this would be something like points of interest. I don't really have a way to concerned. Now there are strategies as like cheating arrows. For instance, if you've got a wooden shield, you can go ahead and let him shoot you a bunch and then just, oh, excuse me, put that down, Link. It's dangerous. If he shoots at you and then you like choose to stop blocking, you'll take the arrows off of your shield, and that's great. And you can pick up arrows off of the ground, which is also great. And then there's fire arrows, which is also really great and would have been helpful right about now. But that is an example of a point of interest, so now let's just go ahead and run straight to our actual destination. And it's just like, I think about things like this where you're just running and you're waiting, or you're climbing a wall and it takes like literal minutes. And I think to myself, no one wants to literally sit there in real time and watch that happen. That's not interesting, that's not entertaining. That's why I'm going about it to do things this way. I don't know how other people have done it. I just remember NCS did like hour-long videos and that was his idea. That's just not mine, so I'm going to do it a way that I feel is more efficient and entertaining, in my opinion. Something I could stand to watch.
Try to remember. You have been asleep for the past 100 years. The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end. Now then, you must hurry, Link. Before it's too late.